There we go. I believe we are live, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience with us. I know we were supposed to have this live yesterday, but thank you to load shedding, we were unable to go live, but we are here now and we are so happy to be here. So this is going to be most likely a four-part live between myself and Mrs. Happy Boshomane over there. So we are going to go through these each week over the next coming weeks because we are sort of prepping everyone for our interactive online trainings that is going to take place in March. So please feel free to ask us questions right here about the training, as well as engage with us on what you expect from that. But without further ado, let me welcome Happy and get her to introduce herself to you guys as well. Happy, over to you.
Hello, hello, family, and thank you for joining us. And we could not wait to do this live. We have been planning for it for a lifetime now. And I'm glad that it's actually happening today. And my name is Happy Boshomane. I am a business developer. I'm a business. Oh, I got distracted there. Sorry.
No. Sorry about that.
I'm a business developer and an accountant and a tax practitioner in training, and I own an accounting firm. But apart from that, we assist entrepreneurs to start their own businesses, and those that are already in businesses, we help them to grow and see the revenue that they are envisioning in their own organization.
Awesome. So, why do you think that you are the best person to bring this online training to the public, to entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs?
Okay, why do I think I'm the best person? Oh wow, what a question.
Should I start
I
maybe?
Okay, let me go. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
When I started my business a decade ago, I was looking for somebody like me to coach me into business, and I could not find myself. So I thought after a decade of being in business, I am the right person to hold another person's hands and walk with them and take them through the journey. And because I was in business and not having a coach and a mentor, you can imagine in 2013, entrepreneurship was not as it is today. So
Mm-hmm.
the the knowledge of entrepreneurship was very blurry in a way. So when you walk in it, you walk with darkness. And there was a lot of hurdles that I went through. My business was going up and down, simply because there was a lot of things that I didn't understand. And I want the people that are in business today not to go through what I went through. So I want to take them through to say, if you have a hurdle, I'm here to take the puzzle away. There's a mountain in front of you, I assist you to go around the mountain or go through the mountain so that you don't waste time waiting beside the mountain, wondering what to do beyond that. And to ensure that each and every business or whoever who join us in the training, they remain sustainable and they have us on a WhatsApp call as and when they have a problem. So they don't find themselves wandering around a mountain, like I say, for a month, for the whole year, not knowing what to do. So when you have us on call, you know that we're gonna have a solution for you. And tomorrow you implement the solution and you go over the hurdle. And that's when you're going to realize the revenue that you're looking for as an entrepreneur. And
Oh, that is amazing. Geez, I didn't have that much prepared. All I have to say is I am a digital marketer and I know what I'm doing. I've actually only been in this space for the past 3 years now because I started in 2020. So I am still a budding entrepreneur myself, but I believe that over the past couple of years, I have learned so much about the digital marketing space and running a business. I I was fortunate enough to have virtual mentors at least, because these days you can just go onto YouTube, search for something that you want, and try and find out. Okay, for instance, if I need marketing advice, what is the best platform I can use for my business? Some marketing tactics. So that is how I learned a lot. But at the same time, it is not sufficient to prepare you for the real world and what business is really like. Like, in as much as the people training on YouTube do have a lot of experience and they can tell you exactly what it is that you can do to get started, they can't tell you how to tackle each and every small problem that you have in your business. And I hope that this training is going to help with that, because it's going to be more interactive and we're going to get people started out. So when you're watching someone on YouTube, you can't interact with them. You can't really ask them follow-up questions. So they're going to give you advice, and that is it. Whereas with this training, it's going to be more interactive. So we give advice, but we also allow the person to ask questions and follow-up questions so that they're able to understand better exactly what it is that they could potentially struggle with and how they can overcome those challenges. And it's all happening in real time. So yeah, I am super excited about all of this.
Yes, and to add on that, we literally gonna be holding your hand and going through the analysis of your business. If you have issues with finances, we're gonna go through, analyze your bank statement, and come up with a root cause of why you are where you are at, and give you the solution to say this is the solution you have to implement. And we're not going to leave you on the dark to say go and implement. We're going to assist you to implement, and every now and then we're going to have a review to say how far are we. So that's why we are saying we're going to be the sisters in business that you're always going to call on to, and without hassles, like having that doctor that when you're coughing, you're going to go to that doctor. If something happens to you in the
No,
middle of the night, there's a doctor to call. So we remove all the stress that you could ever think you will have or you are having, and we are there to ensure that it does not becomes a hurdle in your business, so that you can see the success that is meant, um, that the success that the business is meant to have. So yeah, that's
yeah.
what we'll be doing.
So let us just track back a little bit, maybe give people a little background information on how we met and how we came about to have this partnership. So we just so you all know, we met on LinkedIn, but I will have Happy explain the rest of the story.
Ah, I have this
You speak
analogy.
a lot. You speak better than I do, though. Like, you are
Uh,
able to explain things much better than me.
I refuse. I refuse. Because I have this analogy that we could be in the same room, but I have different experience. So I would tell my story, and you're gonna tell your story too, right?
Awesome. No, all good, all good. So
Okay.
let me get started then. So we started speaking, was it last year, September-ish, October-ish, when you were trying to get the book up and running. And I was like, yep, sure, I can help you with that. We actually were working together while like remotely while I was still in Cape Town still. And then when I got to Joburg, we like had a little coffee meet up, and I honestly loved your passion for teaching and the education space. And for me, education is always one of those things that I hold dear to heart. I've never really been as active in it as you have been, but it is definitely something that I was like always telling myself, you know what? Once I get the chance, I'm going to get into the space, and seeing your passion for education and educating young people and all people alike, it really just drove something in me. I was like, you know what, this is definitely someone that I want to work with. So yeah, man, that is all me. What was your
Okay.
experience like?
I started taking notes.
You're
I
taking
started taking
notes.
notice of you. I started taking notice of you some
Oh,
years back. It's not last year. think it's last
Mm.
of last year, when somebody said we are twins or something like that. I remember.
Because you're both yellow.
I think we have.
Are you able to hear me, Happy?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I'm asking, is it because we are both yellow or what exactly? What do they say they will look alike?
I got no idea. I don't know. I don't know. Then I started taking notice of the work that you do, and from an account, uh, we have connection issues. Or what's happening?
It seems
Can you
fine
hear me
on my
now?
end. I can hear you.
Okay. So I started taking notice of the work that you do. And because I'm in accounting and I always wanted to learn about marketing and sales and digital marketing, it was an important aspect in my business. So I was learning from you, or how do you sell your product? How do you do all of these things? Um, yeah, then I started having a conversation with you about the book, and we had a meeting. And during the meeting, what intrigued me about you was before you sat down, you have been looking at me until you left. The eye contact that you do is out of this world. I have never seen somebody look at me the way you were looking at me. And when you're sipping your coffee, you're looking at me. When you put it down, you're looking at me. I'm like, oh my God. So that is so interesting. I was like, okay, this lady she is so interesting, because I have never had a coffee with somebody that pays attention the way you're paying attention, and the way you're looking at me as well. It was nerve-wracking at the same time, because I have never witnessed something like that. So yes, and being in partnership with you is one of the things that I treasure the most. And even when I was doing the teaching in the past years, I always thought I needed somebody who has an experience in marketing and sales, because I was talking or teaching from a point of view of the things that I have learned in my business and things that I have learned in the streets, but not something that I have studied. So is more on the practical element, and I think when you come in, your knowledge will be far better than what I was taking out in the market, and that's why I had so much interest in doing this partnership with you, or this particular training. So
Mhm.
the entrepreneurs will learn a lot, I believe.
I can only hope so. About the whole staring at you thing, I'm actually trained for that. So I do personal branding as well, especially with like other business consultants and coaches. So those are some of the things that I've learned, and I relay all of that to my clients as well. So how to portray yourself when you are with a potential client or your client, so you can it's called basically charismatic training. So I am trained for that, and I can probably teach you a thing or two. So you can have the same effect on your client.
I need the lessons. I need the lessons, definitely.
So let us delve just a little bit into the training. So we do have two elements of this. So the one's going to take place on Fridays in the month of March, and the second one will be taking place on Saturdays. So happy just to double check the Friday one, that is for an existing entrepreneurs that are struggling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so existing, so
Yes.
on Friday, we'll be dealing with entrepreneurs that are struggling within their business to manage their finances and to, increase their sales. And then on the Saturday training, we'll be dealing with aspiring entrepreneurs, individuals that would like to start their own business, and we'll be walking them through that journey. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Okay, let me take them through on what is it that they'll be learning. Just a brief note on
Yes.
starting your own business. What I noticed is that a lot of us, or a lot of people that went to varsity and graduated, they get so desperate to go into business because now they're unemployed, they don't have anything to do. So they're looking next door to say, what is it that I can do? Right. And because they look at Tamara to say, Tamara is making so much money, therefore I want to tap into the same industry that she is at, and only to realize later on to say, actually, I this business is not giving me what I thought it's giving me, simply because they went at it at wrongly. It's not their
Mm-hmm.
passion, they're not clued up about it, and many other element as well. So we are coming in to say, let us assist you to start your own business from the ground level up. So what we do is assist entrepreneurs to come up with a business idea. Number one, obviously business ideas, there's a lot of them, right? Maybe if they come up with five business idea, we pick the one that we can start with today to say, what is it that you can do today with what you have?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the business idea that we're taking along with, so that when, let's say, you one day want to own a bakery, but what is it that you can do today to start making money? Because with a bakery, you don't have finances, you don't have equipment. Therefore, we cannot be able to start a bakery today. So we say, go and partner or collaborate with a person that already have a bakery and sell what they're having in the store. So in the process, one will be learning. That's skills development. That's the
Okay.
second leg. Skills development. And the last one is that, okay, now we are ready to launch the business. Start your own, because now you accumulated a certain fund that you need to start in your own kitchen. Start baking there, right? Then after we say, okay, now that you are earning, let us earn, let us save, and let us invest as well for the big vision that you have. Then yeah, that's what we'll be doing in the starting of a business for entrepreneurs. And on the people that already have a business, we say, let us assist you to grow and scale your business. You're feeling stagnant, let us review your business and your finances and check what is the problem. We come up
Mm-hmm.
with the root cause, then we come up with the solution for the root cause, then we assist you to implement all the solutions that we come up with. And in the meantime, we cannot talk all business and all money and not talk about the taxes. All right. So we're also gonna do the tax planning as they are working on their finances to say, okay, let us plan our taxes as well. So when we do our financial year end returns, we are looking great in the eyes of SARS, right? And because each and everything is interlinked, so we cannot teach one thing and leave the other outside. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
issue that you'll be having in your business, we come through and say, okay, these are the solution. Let us implement, and we'll hold your hand throughout. And before the training takes place, we're not gonna be just generic, right? That is one thing that makes us different. That we're not gonna only just be generic and throw you with a million information. We're gonna analyze your business before the training, and during the training, we're gonna be very specific based on the issue that you have, and give you the solutions that you have, that you'll be needing at the moment. And after the training, you are rest assured that you're gonna be running, and you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be seeing the result of the running that you're taking that is taking place. So you're gonna be in a marathon implementing the things that we've been talking about, and we'll be there cheering you up, right? So when you have a problem, we say, hey, stop. Now let's come back and review and go back to the running again. So it's gonna be something of that nature, and you can only experience what I'm talking about when you're in it. Right now, you're just wondering, but what is this person talking about? So we want you to come through. join us so you can experience what we are talking about, and you go out in the world and tell everybody else and say, hey, there's this choir, and I think there's a rhythm there. And I
Yeah.
think you guys should go also and them. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Just a quick question with regards to text. Like, text is one of those things that myself included don't really pay that much attention to when it comes to business. Like, we always feel like it is the last thing that we have to worry about when we've got so many other more pressing issues. So I want you to just quickly explain to me and to everyone else listening out there, like, what is the true value of paying your taxes and making sure that you are compliant year in and year out? Like, what is the long-term effects of not being compliant?
Long-term effect of not being compliant. The
Yeah.
long-term effect is that right now, as we are speaking, SARS system is very much integrated with the bank system, with the CSD system. So everything that is happening in your bank account, they can be able to access it.
Mm.
So every 5 years, there is a review that is taking place, an audit that is taking place. So each year, there's certain organizations that are selected for an audit. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs that just do zero returns. Every year in, year out, they're doing zero returns. And according to SARS, this person is not in business, whereas they're in business making a lot of money, right? So when they do the audit, they do the verification of everything. When they come to you, they're not asking you how much you owe us. They already know how much you have been making in the past 5 years. Therefore, they will tell you an amount of money that you owe based on the amount of money that you have been receiving. So they will say, we you owe us 4 million, for instance. We would like you to dispute this amount or pay it within 10 days. So
Mm.
it becomes an urgent matter like that. And in that state, as a business person, it means your business will be stopping because a lot of contractors or a lot of clients, they will say, we are not paying you without a proper tax clearance. We need a tax clearance that is in good standing. And at that time, the SARS is giving you pressure to say you owe us 4 million. Prove to us why you don't owe us 4 million, or pay this 4 million within 4 days. And I don't think there's anyone who want to find themselves in that kind of a situation. So it's better for you to comply now than grow your business and later on all the profit that you thought you made go back to SARS, or SARS now want your assets and everything else, and your business goes down
Mm.
just because of
But,
non-compliance.
but does this apply to all businesses, big and small, or just your really big corporates that are making millions and millions? Because like there's something that I heard a couple of years ago, like if you're earning, let's say less than, I think the person said less than 500,000 rand per annum, you can get away with not paying SARS. That's what they said. Whereas as soon as you start making more than that, then that's when like SARS might catch you out, and that's when they're going to do an audit on you and want to, get you the money that you owe them. So is that true or absolutely false?
It's not true. Right now, SARS is leveraging on everybody, employed, employed or unemployed. They still want money from you. You're running a business, is making million, it does not make a million. They still want money from you. Remember, SARS is revenue mechanism. They come up with revenue mechanism. So right now, they're leveraging on everybody that has an income tax number. So it means when you are non-compliant as an SME, whether you made, even when you made zero,
Mm-hmm.
you have not even been operating. You just registered this company, you put it under your mattress. This company will be owing, it will be owing SARS for non-compliance, right? So they start charging 250 per month.
Mm.
So you can times that by 12 months, how much it will be. And by the time you wake up and say, now I want to start my own company, that company that I put under my trust, I want to take it out now and make it compliant, you're already owing SARS. So in terms of the how much, when you are making 500,000, you're safe, you're not safe, it does not apply anymore. Everybody is on the same boat. And when it comes to Company Act, whether you are GSE listed or just an SME, we are on the same boat. We need to all comply for the same, on the same institutions that we have to comply with.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm gonna have to double check if I'm compliant still. I hope I still am. I can take the thing like once a year, so sometimes it's one of those things, admin tasks that just slip my mind. I have to admit, but yeah, what you just said is scary like crazy. So let us not drag this on forever. So we are going to be here again next week, discussing more business tips and advice and sharing more knowledge on what we're going to be doing within those trainings that are happening in March. Happy, anything else that you would like to add before we sign off?
We have early bird discounts. So if you sign up today, you're gonna have discounts. And yeah, we're looking forward for you guys to sign up.
So
We
I'll
can't
share
wait
the
to
early
engage.
bird information in the comment section, hopefully on LinkedIn as well as YouTube, so that everyone knows exactly what that is all about. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. If you are checking the recording, please leave your comments as well and ask us anything that you might be interested in, so that when we get to next week's session, as well as the live trainings, we will be able to answer those questions.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you guys for joining in.
Awesome.
Are we done for the day?
Yes, we are.